everybody. Hello and welcome. As always, I'm Sean. This is In the Mixer, episode 27 of our Pentagon Challenge, and we are getting into the business end of the Champions League this season. If you haven't gone and watched the episode from earlier this week, episode 26, go and check that one out. It's got our quarter-final tie, all that sort of stuff, and we've got a huge semi-final tie coming up in today's episode. So let's not waste too much time. Let's jump straight in and see how we've gotten on. So first and foremost, up above our heads there, Jeonju Evergrande sitting on top of the division, 24 games played, plus 39 goal difference and 59.7 points clear of second place Beijing, who are actually going to play in today's episode, but we'll do it off screen. They are one of two huge games. We've got Beijing and Shanghai Shenhua, both in the league itself. We will give you the results of those games in this episode, but we are just going to focus on the Champions League itself. We have only played a couple of games since the episode earlier this week. We beat Dalian Professional 3-0 away from home, and then last time out we beat Jiangsu 4-2. Bit concerning that we were 4-0 up at halftime and they kind of came back into it late on, but we managed to get through it. Really the only downside is that Wanmi Karatala has picked up a knock, which is unfortunate. It's not really what we wanted to be kind of dealing with this time. He will be out, I think, for both legs of this semi-final. Potentially, he will make it back for both legs of the final if we can get him fully fit and firing again. I've mentioned a couple of times, not great from his star rating, but for what we want him doing, absolutely superb. He's dribbling, first touch, all excellent. Mental attributes, fantastic. Physical attributes, fantastic. And at 22, I would have thought he's got more potential ability than they've listed here, but he has been excellent for us throughout the course of this season on that left-hand side. Otherwise, a full squad to pick from. We have gotten everyone fully fit, been using our rest days as much as humanly possible, been rotating here and there as well to try and get different match minutes in each and every individual player. So players like Chi, who I've just put back in the lineup, Jianfeng, Li Bin, they have missed different games over the last few weeks just to try and get them fully fit with kind of a focus on this Champions League as we go. Looking at Jeonju though, in their history, they have actually won this competition a few times, not 4 times, that's not right. So they've won it twice in the real world, 2006 and 2016, their most recent triumph, which is probably on the thumbnail if I haven't made that already. And then they've won it in this in-game universe in 2023 and 2026. So they've got a very good squad. It's not a full squad. There are some players in their reserves and stuff at the moment that will play, but even just looking at their starting 11, they've got quite a few players here that are 3.5 or 4-star ability. So I expect them to be a challenge. I expect them to be quite good, and they are entirely locally based, which is very impressive as well. But I have faith in us. Again, like last tie, we've got the home leg first, so we're going to go attacking. We won 8-0 in the first leg of the last episode. If you haven't gone to check that one out already, hopefully we can carry on and get not a similar result. I think they are a step up in opposition, but definitely if we can get a good performance and have some sort of lead to defend in the away leg, I think it's going to put us in a fantastic position. Recent form, 1 defeat in our last 5. That's no problem. That was when we rotated the squad quite a bit. Looking though at Jeonju, they are undefeated in their last 5. 2 draws during that period though, and they're playing this kind of arrowhead formation with 2 midfielders at the base, 2 at the top, and then 1 striker leading the line. So you'd expect their wing-backs to provide most of their width. We will see how that balance goes against our 4-2-3-1. I think it should give us good 2v1 opportunities in wide areas, but we'll have to see. And the first thing that's actually come up is an injury to Alexander Diaz, which is not fantastic. Sun Hua will play. It means both of our wide players, who are so key and critical to our shape and formation, are injured. So we've got backups in the lineup already. Hopefully Diaz not out for a long time. In the other match, I probably should have called it out. Al Saad playing Tishreen. The Syrian side makes it through to the final of the Western Conference, potentially into the Champions League final for the first time. Chi with the ball in here. Jianfeng can switch it out to the other side now to Park Ju-sung. Going to need a fair bit out of our wing backs here, given that they are pretty much going to take most of the creative burden in wide areas. Morris now on the other side. Good switch out towards Yong's gotten goal side and forces a good save out of Park Sung-soo, the Jeonnam keeper. Good ball towards backstick there from the resulting corner as well. And it's cleared away. So first highlight's gone our way and we're through 30 minutes. So we're going to throw a Demand More shout out there. So far, no real highlights for the Korean side. No shots on target in their stat line either. But can we make some of this possession count for an actual goal? Jeong's just lost the ball on the edge of the area, and this might be the first chance for them to come the other way. Long ball over the top to Park Sun-min, and he's nearly found the finish there, just screws the ball beyond the far post. So there is that danger there of them getting in behind on the counter-attack. 3 minutes to be added on at the end of the first half, which we're through now. So 0-0 at halftime. We're going to go into the dressing room. I'm going to say, you've been unlucky so far, and I'm going to tell everyone they weren't that bad, but they can still improve, that I've got faith in them. And everyone seems relatively motivated. Diaz has already come off. He's anxious, potentially waiting for the results or to find out how long his injury is going to keep him out. Nil doesn't kill us by any stretch, but I'd really want to try and have a lead or something to defend going into the second leg. Gang in possession here. Now Jin, Ming Juan, Zhang Fen. Nice little pinball there, but we've managed to cough up possession in midfield here. Ji Hun comes forward. He's only got one runner off the shoulder, so just stand him up, boys. Goes back stick. It's headed back across, thankfully beyond the far post. I think Ming Kun had it covered. But we're at the hour mark, so we're going to hit pause. How can our subs change the game here? Sun Hu has picked up a knock as well, so we're not having much success in that wide right position. We might just go by match rating here. Looks like Ju Sung's not had a good game. I thought he's been all right, but Bao isn't playing fantastically well. We're going to bring on Kai Tao for him. Xiong's not having a great game. Bring on Boyang. We haven't seen much of him over the past season, and if we have, it's been mainly playing as that Mazala in the middle. We'll try and give him a wide berth to see how he goes. And I don't have any additional subs just because of that early injury, so we are risking it a little bit here. And we're going to throw a demand more shout out there with about 25 minutes remaining. Can we try and find a go-ahead goal in this first leg? Al Sadd have taken the lead via the penalty spot in their first leg in the other side of the bracket. But for us, we're into the last 10 minutes now. We're going to throw one more demand more shout out there. It's really the last thing that we can do. Throw in here left-hand side in the possession of Jeonnam. Gets to the byline, headed away convincingly. Ming Juan can come forward here. He's got men left and right of him. Switch out to Boyang on the left. What can the sub do? Gets a good ball back in towards near post. Jian Feng is headed at home. There are a couple of bodies in front of the keeper here. This may potentially get ruled out. No, it looks like it's going to go through. Ming Juan with a wonderful ball, and then Boyang coming off the bench. He's the hero for us here. Great ball back into the middle, and Jian Feng, wonderful supporting run from the base of midfield, just powers it back across. It's actually one of their players, really, that's obstructing the keeper more than anything. And we get a go-ahead goal with a couple of minutes remaining. Would I take him 1-0? Probably. At least it's something to defend in the second leg. And 3 minutes of additional time. We're through that now. It's a big, big result. That is a big, hard-fought win. So we're going to give everyone a praise. Well done, lads. Good win for us. And it sets us up nicely to go and try and defend a lead away from home. Maybe we move that possession-based tactic a little bit more in the away leg. Really try and catch them on the counter-attack and see how they'll look, having to come out and play us a little bit more than I think they did in that first game. Vintage display ensures Guangzhou victory. Jian Feng gets the Man of the Match award with a 7.8 match rating. Diaz is out 4 to 7 weeks. That's terrible. We're going to leave that to the physio, so 4 to 5 weeks. Can we get him back for the final? Sun Hua, damaged heel. He's out for 11 days to 2 weeks. And fitness concerns from Li Jin and Xiao Gang. So we've got a couple of bodies like this. It's really starting to pick up a little bit here, some of these injuries that we're getting at critical times of the season. You'd think maybe Wan Mi can maybe get back if he's closer to 10 days away for the second leg. Hua should be back for the second leg. Diaz, potentially. He's going to be out for a little while if he can't get back in 2 weeks' time. But we will go through that in the lineup before the next match. Magic of editing. We're going to jump forward to the second leg games now. All right, so jumping forward a couple of days, I think it's like 3 weeks in reality. We did actually win our 2 games, which is fantastic. So we had a fantastic 2-0 victory against Beijing, which really put us in the box seat. 10 points clear now at the top of the table. Had a huge 1-0 away win as well against Shenhua, a very tough place to go. And I think that pretty much, it doesn't mathematically secure us the title yet, but looking at our remaining games where we've got Zhejiang, who are down in 12th, Meizhou, who are in 6th, Shandong in 4th, and then Changchun in 9th, we should get enough points to effectively secure the league title over the remaining games. It would be the biggest bottle job, perhaps ever in the history of Football Manager YouTube, if I can't win at least one of those 4 games on the way home and secure that league title. Injuries. Here's the scenario and situation. Karatala is back fully fit, thankfully. He can only do 75 minutes though, and I kind of need him to fill in on the right because Sun Hua hasn't quite gotten back yet. Still 2 more days to go for him. I'm going to risk him on the bench. And 6 days for Alexander Diaz. I'm not going to risk him. I don't want to get through to the final and not have him available. And I feel like because it was like a 6-week injury type thing and he's come back in 4, we'd be pushing him too much to really like try and get him back out there. You can see here, fitness test is not recommended to be selected. For Sun Hua though, he's short of full fitness. So there's potential I think he can get through some minutes if we need him to. Other than that adjustment, moving him to the right-hand side, which it says he can't do, but I think he's got all the stats and traits to be an inverted winger on that side, and he is right-footed. So I think I'm more comfortable than that. And to be fair, Xiong has been excellent over his last couple of games. getting 2 goals against Beijing in that game. Like, I don't really want to move him on the left if he's playing well in that position, but at least we've got that versatility. Sun Hua can play on both sides, so we can make subs and changes we need to. Karatala probably only getting through about 75 minutes, so he'll come off at some stage, but at least it gives us, I think, 3 good weapons going forward, and because we're playing our possession-based style, we'll probably be a little bit more direct in possession, so maybe in 1v1 situations, that can be an advantage for us to try and use. But otherwise, full strength, we should be able to get through. We should be able to get through to a good result and get to our first Champions League final, and then who knows what happens after that stage. We'll have to keep an eye on the job or the result between Tishreen and Al Saad in the other match. But we can't look beyond Jeonju. They are very, very good. Nobody expects us to get a result. We'll say we've got faith in everybody and just see if that gives them a bit of a boost. And then in reality, we want to see how we go. I thought we actually matched up well against this kind of arrowhead formation that they're using at the moment. It's weird, or interesting at least, to see them take that same shape into the home leg. First highlight of the match though, long ball forward towards Karatala. He loses out on the header. It's back in midfield here, and a ball in behind for Park Soo-min has gotten goal side. Min Kun with a huge save. Okay, potentially they are playing a bit further forward than they did in the first leg, which is to be expected. They've got to try and find a winner in this one. But if it's going to get into a scenario where they're getting behind quite regularly, we may move and adjust to a bit more of a pressing style. Great reverse pass here to Jeong. What can you do in a wide area? Cut back to Ju-sung. Ball in towards near post. It's cleared away. And the highlight comes to an end. But first real ball in the box and dangerous play for us. Throwing on the left here. Mingxuan back to Ju-sung in possession for us. Jeong. Cut back there to Mingxuan. Now Bao. Back to Jian Feng. Now over to the right-hand side. What can Morris do in a wide area? Can he get a good ball in the box? Cut back near post was there, and it's closed down well by the defence. They can only get it out for a corner, though. Karatala to take. Set pieces were huge for us in the last leg. And Jeong now from the cleared header. Back to Jin. Highlight comes to an end. So we are starting to get into the game here. We are starting to make our presence felt. Through 30 minutes now, we're going to hit demand more. Feels a little bit tense. No real one highlight apiece, I think, as far as the highlights we've seen are concerned. And that early shot hasn't given way to a whole lot of Jeonbuk chances. Did I call him John Am earlier? I might have. It's immediately come back into my head again. Halftime called 0-0 in this one, setting up a very tense second half. I'm going to say we're winning on aggregate, but don't let yourselves get complacent. And everyone seems to have responded perfectly, which is absolutely fantastic. We're not going to make any tactical changes. We might wait until there's about half an hour remaining before we look to make any tactical tweaks or adjustments. I really want to stay in this possession-based style as much as we can and see if they can break us down. We are through the hour mark though, so we're going to hit pause and we might have to make a couple of changes. So I think we're going to take off Karatala with one eye on further games to come. Sun Hua will come on for him. Ming Zhuan is struggling a little bit for conditioning, so we're going to give Xiao Tong a bit of a spell. And then the last sub, Chi's not playing particularly well, so we might take him off early and get Wu Ku out there, who's progressed fantastically well, the 18-year-old defender, throughout the course of this season, up to 2.5 star current ability. I'm just going to tell them we've got faith. Let's get these fresh legs out there. Let's continue trying to press the ball. I've also done a sneaky demand more shout. A corner here for John Book, and they've powered at home. Is that immediately because of the change that I've made? I don't think either of those players were involved. Looks like Zhao Gang's been beaten at far post, and he wasn't the sub. Ball towards back stick. It's a poor effort, to be fair. And Park Ji-sung stood right there in front of it, but he's looking off in the... What's he doing looking out in that direction? Should have been trying to clear the ball off the line. It does make it 1-1 with about 20 minutes remaining, or about 15 to go as things currently stand. I don't want to make any tactical changes. Let's go demand more. And if this goes to extra time... Oh, no, we'd go through on away goals. Oh, no, would we? No, we wouldn't, because we scored at home. So it would send it to extra time as things stand. In possession here, though. Ball pinballs around in midfield. Bao gets goal side and finds the finish. That should be enough if it stays. The assistant referee has not moved. It says it's a devastating counter-attack by Guangzhou and a very, very late winner for our striker. It's a cleared ball from Ju-sung that hits Gang in the face, and if thankfully it breaks to our advantage. A lovely ball from Jeong there finds Bao goal side, and it's a fantastic finish for the ex-Sporting Lisbon striker. He's been huge for us this season. I think it said that was his 20th goal of the year. There is a highlight here again, though. We're not dead in the water if Jeonbuk come back into it, because we do now have that away goal. Jian Feng's won it back in a great spot, though. Now to Bao again. Back to Jian Feng. Reverse pass here. Gets goal side. Xiao Tang. The keeper came flying out there and missed it entirely, but the angle just too much for him to get that back on target. Ball back stick. It's cleared away by Morris. Bao now looks to try and hold up possession. Gang with a long ball forward that probably wasn't there, to be honest. Reverse pass finds Park Sun Min, and they've brought it back. Well, what does that do to the overall complexion of the tie and the fixture? It makes it 2-2. We would have enough here to go through on away goals, but it sets up an absolutely raucous last couple of minutes. A great touch there from Han Ha-ram. We had 2 men around him, and we couldn't prevent that touch from being played. Park Sun-min with the finish, and we go into extra time. Can I throw one more demand more shout in? 4 additional minutes to be added on. Come on, boys. We've just got to hold on here, and we've gone through on away goals. That was incredibly tense. In the end, Jeonju, 12 shots, 6 on target, 1.23 XG and 42% possession. 9 shots, 4 on target, 1.43 XG and 58% of the ball for Jeonju. Congratulations, lads. You've all dreamt of playing in the final, and now you're going to be doing it. I'm happy. They're all inspired and motivated, which is huge. And we have booked our first Champions League final in this series. It has taken us 15 years in the game world to do it. And what are we up to? 27, 28 episodes to actually get there. We're going to play Al Sadd in the final. I should have gone through all this. Sorry. Jeonju triumph despite second leg hiccup. Park Sun-min gets the man of the match award, a 7.7 match rating. We get a bit of cash, which was handy. And we're going to play Al Sadd, who are still managed by Xavi, which is where he is in real life. So he's had quite the stint as manager of Al Sadd throughout this period. And he has won the Champions League with them previously as well in 2024. So that is going to be an absolutely huge tie. We've got fitness concerns, which aren't really a shock. We'll rest everybody for the Zhejiang game. But we've got our first Champions League final, and I cannot wait. All right, huge episode again. They're coming thick and fast at the moment. We're going to give you guys a bonus. It'll come out on Saturday, the Champions League final. Keep an eye out for that one. Please like, share, subscribe, all that sort of stuff that YouTubers ask you to do. Yeah, if you do want to help celebrate though, drop a like on this video. Subscribe to the channel to be kept up to date on the cup final this weekend and also the rest of the series as it continues. But more than anything, as always, I just appreciate you guys watching. I've been Sean, and I'll see you all again in the mixer.